Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Community Development Partnerships. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence for Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Community Development Partnerships. And we have with us a returning guest, David Watkins, Community Development Manager of Level One Bank. Good morning, David.
Hi, Marsha. How are you?
Fine. Glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Now, David, it's been a while.
It has.
Okay, and every season around this time, we have to have you come back and tell us something good. So why don't you update our viewers about Level One Banking and your role as Community Development Manager?
Okay, Marsha, Level One Bank, we are in our 10th year, 10th year in business, and we're very proud to be able to serve our communities. Communities is the cornerstone of our bank. We understand that our clients are also our friends and neighbors, and through collaboration, investment, partnerships that involve financial literacy, we're able to serve those communities.
Okay, so now I noticed that every time you guys do come and see us, you have some great news about some programs that you're currently working on. So tell us now, is the AMP program still available? And you have to elaborate on what those programs are.
Okay, Marsha, I'm glad you asked because this year we had a record year. We helped more people than we've ever helped with these programs. The Neighborhood Impact Program, or NIP, is a program where we provide rehab to low to moderate homeowners. And what we try to do is try to provide funding for them to rehab their homes, provide small home repairs such as roofs, roof replacement, windows, downspout gutters, siding, doors, things that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford. And those programs have been very successful. The AMP program, or Accessibility Modification Program, is what that acronym stands for. And it is to make the home more, I don't like to say handicap accessible, I like to say make the home more comfortable for persons with disability.
All right.
And we're bringing marriages back together.
Okay.
We got people sleeping in their own beds now.
Right.
By some of the repairs are chair lifts that actually get them, help them to get up and down the stairs. We're remodeling bathrooms, making roll-in showers, grab bars, new vanities, new flooring, lowering kitchen cabinets.
So this grant in
yeah.
particular, is it designed for persons with disabilities,
Yes,
or
it
either
is.
one, disabilities and seniors?
Yes, so the AMP program is for persons with disability or persons that have a disability that have a senior in the household that qualify.
Okay.
So.
All right. And now, so you're going to get a flood of calls, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and so you guys anticipate that?
Well, yes, because this was a record year for us, like I stated before earlier. What we were able to do, this year, with the help of a couple of our community partnerships, we were able to help 47 people get approved for these programs. And that's huge. We put over $400,000 into the community, but it's not the dollar amount that's important, Marsha, it's the impact. What we're able to touch was, we were able to help 4 counties, Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, and Kent County. We have banking operations up in West Michigan, and we're also able to touch, throughout those 4 counties, over 35 neighborhoods.
So David, can you tell me, why is Level One Banking so passionate about helping persons with disabilities and senior citizens?
Marsha, we're passionate about helping seniors and persons with disability because we understand that a lot of them are financially challenged. A lot of them, they don't even make this much money in an entire year. The grants, especially the AMP program, has a $15,000 maximum. And a lot of our seniors and persons with disability, they don't even make that much in an entire year.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
A lot of them feel as though, they've hit the lottery, because where are they going to get this kind of money? And we're talking free money.
Okay. So when a person applies and they say, okay, well, I have a disability. Do it have to be a certain age, or if it's a senior, what's the age criteria?
The age criteria is 65 and older,
Okay.
to qualify for that grant. Or if they can be 65 and older and have a person in the home that's disabled.
Okay.
Okay, and qualify for the grant.
Okay, because mainly, it could be the parents with a disabled child.
Sure.
So they would mainly qualify.
Sure.
Okay, and then
Well, they have a chance to be qualified. We
Okay.
don't want to say that everyone will be qualified because it's based on household size and income.
Okay.
So it's the combined income of the entire household that qualifies them for the grant.
Okay.
Just being a person having a disability is one of the caveats of getting that, qualifying.
Well, because there's a lot of people, David, I'm sure when they see this program in
Sure.
particular, they're going to call because someone needs a ramp. Every day someone's looking out the window saying, I wish I could just go outside if I just had a way to go outside. And it's not that they're, because they're wheelchair bound or in a scooter or wherever that they can't be mobile, but to get in and get out the house may be so cumbersome that other people don't want to help. Family members get tired. Somebody's got a bad back.
Exactly.
So then that person will feel even more reluctant asking to go out. With you guys offering this opportunity for them to have some type of funding, I'm sure that a lot of people would be, so grateful to have a ramp installed in their house. So you got to tell me, do you guys have partnerships? What are some of the partnerships that you currently have?
One of the partnerships, one of our main community partners that helped us with this program this year, which is first time that we've partnered, is People's Community Services, and they're located in Hamtramck. They're a great organization. They have programs for seniors and persons with disability, and they've been a very good partner for us. With that partnership, we've been able to help over 37 people. We've been able to help 37 people, and it's been amazing. I can't thank them enough for them. They have the clients that that helped us. They helped us triage the clients. They help us get them to the point where we could submit an application. With their help, I went from submitting 1 application per day to submitting 5 applications per day.
That's wonderful.
So, we were able to do this damage, put $400,000 in the community in 2.5 months.
Wow.
Which was, unbelievable timing for us. So they've been very valuable to us.
All right. So you guys are gathering partnerships from various organizations, to support?
Well, I'm very selective with who we want to partner with. I mean, they have to, believe in us. They have to believe in the Level One Bank way and understand that that we are a very important asset in our community, and would want to join us in terms of being an asset as well. Okay. So we're very selective with who we partner with. People's Community Services. There's one of their directors or one of their coordinators that works for People's. We worked together prior at another organization when she was at another organization, and I tend to sometimes follow the person if they've been very valuable to us. So she left one community organization and came to another. And, I followed her. So we reconnected. And by reconnecting People's and Level One Bank, we really did a very good job this
Well,
year.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back with some good information from People Community Services. We'll be right back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to energy-saving bulbs. Saving energy saves you money.
Welcome home, man.
Appreciation. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
until all our daughters are safe, until all our children have families, until all our families have homes, until all our parents are cared for. We'll be here.
Over 1 million Americans at risk of foreclosure have been helped by making home affordable. Find out now what your options are.
Home where I belong. And welcome back to the second half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, David Watkins has brought along his partners from People Community Services. So we're going to introduce you first to the director, Raven Davis, Director of Navigation Services. And next to her is LaVon Spivey, Epic Assistance Coordinator. So good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good. Now, Raven, I want to start with you because that was a whole mouthful, but tell us about yourself and your role at People's Community Services.
So I'm Director of Navigation Services and the social worker for the senior programming at People's Community Services. I service 60 and older in Detroit, Highland Park, Hamtramck. However, no matter where you're calling from, if you call me, I'll send you to the right direction. So anything related to, like, you do everything from utility to in-home care services, I can help a senior in the community.
Okay, wonderful. And LaVon Spivey, tell us about your position.
I am the Epic Assist Coordinator, which means the empowering people in the community, and it's primarily the basic needs. I service individuals 18 and older, such as housing, food, and utilities.
Okay, all right. And so you guys have a partnership now with Level One Bank.
Yes.
Okay, and how's that working out?
That's working out really well. A big issue that I have as far as navigating resources is getting home repair and home modifications for people living with disabilities. Just because of the major expense, and of course, it's the people who are living with a reduced income or fixed income.
Okay, and so when you had a chance to have a partnership, now David, I know that you said that one of these ladies you had met before and worked with, so it was LaVon?
Well, I'll tell you, Marcia, me and LaVon, we partnered together at an agency prior to her coming here to People's, and we were able to work together, and we did it for maybe a couple of years where we, were able to help seniors get approved for the Neighborhood Impact Program through another agency. So by her coming to People's, she gave me a call, let me know that, hey, look, I'm at another agency. Would you like to, come and meet the CEO here, and maybe we can partner again. One thing led to another. We had a conversation. I introduced the bank to their subordinate, or their, subordinate to their direct report, and we were able to come up with an agreement where, we'd work together and try and get some of their clients approved.
All right, so it's been working out pretty good there.
It's been working amazing. With the help of People's, LaVon and Raven, their programs, we were able to help 31 people get approved. Where last year, I only got like maybe 22 people approved total. So we were able to really attack this, and we did this in 2.5 months.
Wow.
Last year, it took us, because of the way the funding round was split, it took us about 5.5 months.
But keep in mind, now this is your second time coming back to join us, and at this point you have grown with knowledge of your programs that you're offering, and by the time this program airs, more viewers will hear it and say, last year I missed it. Now, is there a window opportunity? Do they have a certain time that they can apply, or is it all year round? Because by the time somebody sees this, they don't want to feel like they don't have the opportunity to apply.
Well, we want people that are seeing the show, we want them to feel like this program is for them. So what we would really like for them to do is call People's, get familiar with their agency and the services that they have, and then they can begin to, somewhat triage the client when our next funding rounds. Our community partner at People's, they can begin to help build these files and kind of develop them, so now, we know if we got somebody that's qualified.
This is the trick question. So you ladies have a specific geographical area that you service, right? Which is the Hamtramck.
That is correct. Detroit, Highland Park, Hamtramck, predominantly is our focus.
Detroit, Highland Park, and Hamtramck. Okay, so Detroit, you heard that. Okay, so because when you air a show like this and people say, oh, well, I'm gonna call them, they don't know it's a catchment area, and then they're like, okay, so if we can't come to you, is there other partners that, you know, people in other areas can attach themselves to, or can they call Level One Bank and speak to your department and see if they qualify?
They can call any one of our our banking centers, and we have banking centers in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County. We also have banking centers in West Michigan for those of your viewers that are watching in the Grand Rapids area. We have banking operations there. Feel free to call our branch offices or our banking centers, and then we can kind of refer them, you know, to our community partner in that area. Okay. We have several other community partners, and we're always looking to make partnerships. But for right now, People's Community Services are really being a very viable partner in the community with this program. They have the audience, they have the clients that meet our target market that we are. Even though we don't specifically narrow it down to just one target, we open up the program to anybody that can be qualified that's low to moderate income. However, seniors and persons with disabilities are near and dear to our heart.
Okay, all right. Well, you said a mouthful on legs. I don't know if you can, you know, comment on that or go over any of those things, but if the relationship with Level One is this strong and you have people just coming, do you have a file system that you're going to keep so that you can refer these people? I mean, what is your process overall with getting the referrals?
Yeah, so my role as a navigator, of course, is to connect the community to the resources and programs and services available that they may not know about, and we're constantly always trying to add to that resource base. What we're in the process of doing now, I get calls from many seniors in the community and also from caregivers from other agencies that people really need a lot of help. Many of our seniors and people aging in place, disabilities, you know, aging in place still, their incomes are fixed to, you know, they are what they are. And we know that they have better outcomes the longer they can stay in the community and live under their own terms rather than going to a facility much earlier than they need to. But a lot of that costs money and resources that just really aren't available. And so the biggest navigation service issue I have is connecting with anything related to home repair and home modification. Okay. So having Mr. Watkins' program, having this program in place with Level One Bank, this partnership has been really blessing. And even when Ms. Levine came on, she already had the training to get people, you know, set up with the program. So I was like, oh, awesome. So between the two of them, I've been able to help many of my patients that I knew for a long time. For instance, one gentleman, he had been denied so many times for getting his roof repaired. It got to the point where he lost coverage for his homeowner's insurance. And even for the program with the city of Detroit, that program does require you to have homeowner's insurance. Many of the people that we were targeting for the program are people who you know, their income is what it is very fixed. They do not have assets and resources to use for even payment plans, and they can't access homeowners insurance. So when this program came along, we said, okay, finally, thank you. I have something that I can work with and help my people. And then we had another lady who, you know, she was bathing just, you know, in a basin. You know, she didn't have the luxury of being able to sit down in a tub and soak her body and wash, you know, as she needs to. So that she could feel more comfortable going out in the community, with, you know, without people wondering about, you know, what her home circumstances are, what's going on. So, and even having, you know, the wheelchair ramp, of course, if you can't get out into the home, you're isolated, you're stuck. That puts you at risk for depression and many other chronic issues, because at that point you can't even get to your doctor.
Well, you know, I tell you, you guys do a wonderful job. I mean, people are just now starting, well, from our viewership, they're just starting to hear about you. So we're going to take a break and come back and get some emails or some web addresses and phone numbers. We'll be right back.
Now, come on. Come on. All right. I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still, love. 1 second. I know. Just okay, go, go, go. No. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Everybody needs a helping hand. Take a look at your fellow man. Tell me, what can I do today?
Courtesy. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life.
And And welcome back to the last half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope someone had their pen and paper out because these ladies and gentlemen gave you a wealth of information about getting some home repairs, some ramps, possible indoor shower assistance, maybe a fixture in the vanity or something that you know you need in your home and you can't afford it yourself. And you're saying to yourself, if I just had a way to get this repaired, if I just had a way to get out the house, well, you definitely want to try to make communications with community services. And so I'm going to ask them, do you guys have a website and a phone number if someone wants to volunteer or get some information?
Yes, our website is www.pecos.org, and that's the letter PECOSE.org. The phone number for the Senior Day Center is 313-365-6260. And at the moment, I am maintaining a wait list. If you are in need of any type of repair or modification, I'll go over the requirements of the program with you, and then I'll keep your name, your phone number, and address, and contact you once we have notice that the program will be in effect. We are always looking for volunteers, especially people who may be willing to donate time for, minor home repairs or things of that nature for seniors.
Okay. And Levi, is there any information that you can piggyback on?
Yes, I'm located in Hamtramck as well as our Senior Day program, and I can be reached at 313-875-1750. That's for any of the services that we mentioned, and also to get on the waiting list for the Level 1 Bank Grant.
Okay, so if someone wants to contact you and they're out of the general areas of services, what do they do?
People's Community Services primarily service Wayne County, but I don't turn anybody away. If they need to be connected with resources. That's why community partnerships are good, because I can refer out to other community partners. In regards to the Level 1 Bank Grant, Level 1 Bank services all counties, so we still will be able to assist them even if they're not in Wayne County.
Okay, and our viewers want to hear that.
Yes.
I mean, when the show airs, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't understand is that people are at home waiting on something like this to happen so that they can say, man, I can call these people and see if I'm qualified. So, David, what would qualify a person?
Okay, the qualification process is really simple. I mean, it's simplified for us, right? So it's based on household size and income. It's based on what our funder considers area median income, which generally and it's based on the poverty level. Every year it changes, but the area median income is generally right around 80%, which shakes out to be a one-person household can make generally right around $37,000. But then, don't quote me because that could change next year, but it's generally somewhere in that area.
Okay, so is $37,000 considered low income?
That's considered low to moderate income.
Okay.
Okay, to this year. Next year it could be different, so that's just to kind of give you a barometer of where, as the household size increases, that number will go up.
But
right?
sometimes when the household size increases, the number can go down because it might only be one person working.
Okay, so to your point, that doesn't necessarily discourage them. If it's one income coming into the house, all income coming into the house is counted as one,
right,
whether it's child support, whatever the source of income is. But if there are loved ones that's living in the home that are being supported by the head of the household, we still count that number in the household, in the family size. Okay, so that I don't want people to think that when they call, don't tell us about your uncle that's living with you that you've been caring for. I mean, because that person, if they're using your address, they're part of your your household.
I make a certain income and my sister makes a certain income. Those incomes are combined together to determine if we're if we're eligible.
Children, they have to be adopted. They have to be adopted, or they have to, the person there has to have, basic adoption papers.
When people have additional people in the household, and they got to be accounted for. It depends on what are their grandparents taking care of their grandchildren, so that they may have foster care or they might have adoption rights to take care of that child. So that income would count if there's an income applied.
Exactly. I mean, they have to have foster
Social Security,
care. Right.
Okay. Any of those things. And is that the same thing too, ladies? Like, so you're utilizing this program. Do you have a program that's grandparents taking care of grandchildren? Is all those things involved with you ladies also? Those kind of programs?
Yes, it's a high number of grandparents taking care of grandkids. So pretty much the income for all of our programs is pretty much the same. Level 1 bank is more lenient because they're low to moderate income.
Okay.
Most of our programs is just low income.
Okay.
But we do include whoever is in the household that you support.
All right. All right, so I just want to know now, this brochure here says People Community Services. If someone wanted some more information, could they get this in the mail?
Yes.
Okay, and this is an overall piece of literature in reference to all the services you provide, or is something left out?
Yes, and also on the back of the brochure, it has our 3 different locations.
Okay.
We have our Delray location, which is Southwest Detroit, our Hamtramck location, and our Senior Day program, which is in Hamtramck as well.
Okay, okay, so this one here is the Senior Day Care Center. So the Senior Day Care Center mainly does what?
It has activities such as bingo. We're a congregate meal location, so if you're looking to come to get lunch, you can come to that location. They do different other activities and trips. It's also a part of our wellness program where we have exercise, health,
So is it
and
an age
medication.
criteria for this one as well?
At least 60 and older.
60 and older. Okay, you know 60 or 50 is the new senior, so don't count yourself out. 55. Okay, okay, okay. Well, you know, I'm really pleased to see you guys. So, you know, the most enlightening part about having you guys come to see us is that a lot of people don't know much about People Community Services. So, Lavon, I just want to ask you, do you have any case studies or testimonies that, you know, you can fill us in about the relationship, the partnership with Level 1 Bank?
Yes, it has been a great partnership to bring to People's Community Services. And I get phone calls every day of people who are overwhelmingly satisfied with the work that has already been done through the grant. And I had a AMP participant who needed a chairlift for her husband, and also the bathroom to be modified so that he can be able to take a bath. And she called me in tears, thanking me that her husband was able to get down the steps and also take a soak bath.
Wow.
Without getting a lot of assistance, and she was greatly appreciated.
You know, and that's just the simplest things that people in the world want. You know, I mean, when you become a person with a disability or of age, it's some of the simplest things that you're just asking for, and you don't want to go through a whole lot of, you know, leaps and bounds to get it, but there's got to be somebody. Okay, there's somebody. So David, with those testimonies, when you guys hear about this, how does the banking system, the banks work with that? I mean, it's like you're helping people. So how do you guys feel?
I mean, this is what we want to hear. You know, we want to hear that we're being impactful in the community. And with the help of People's Community Services, we can be impactful. One thing that we did this year that we didn't do before was that I was able to train Lavon on how to prepare the workbooks. Because with us working together that way, I was able to submit not just a grant request for one person, but we were sending in bundles of 5 at a time every day. So that's how we were able to be impactful in a short amount of time, 2.5 months. We did 31 clients. We got approved, $400,000, 4 counties, and over 35 neighborhoods. Now, the person that she spoke of, the testimony she spoke about was in the Detroit area, but you know, we're being impactful in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, and in Kent County up in Grand Rapids.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, I tell you, after today, you'll be in. You'll get more calls. Okay, more.
We anticipate it.
So definitely want you to come back and give us, you know, a heads up on what's happening and how things are going along, and you ladies will come back and do your own show, okay, at separate time, as well as fill us in on the services that you have gotten with the partnership with Level 1 Bank.
Yeah.
Okay. So on that, we're going to wrap up, and ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I hope you had your pen and paper out, because if you know, like I know, you get their phone number and the email address, or catch the information at the bottom of the screen, justasktalkshow.org, Twitter, hashtag, Facebook. It's all there. But I'm your host, Marsha Florence, for Just Ask, and what do I always say? If you know a person with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. Thank you.